Hello everyone, it's great to have you back. Today, we will delve into a topic that remains elusive for many men. The concealed psychological vulnerabilities that influence female allure. Chances are you've encountered it previously. A self-assured and captivating woman exuding an air of control, yet there are certain men who manage to draw her in irresistibly. What is the reason? Attraction transcends mere appearances or achievements. It revolves around grasping the feelings that influence her choices. Every woman, regardless of her independence or confidence, harbors subconscious patterns that shape her reactions to men. There are men who evoke profound attraction effortlessly, while others, no matter how hard they try, find themselves overlooked, relegated to the friend zone, or seen merely as an option. Once you identify these 10 essential psychological weaknesses, you'll cease to doubt what is effective and begin to witness tangible results. You will come to see why certain men attract attention effortlessly, while others find it challenging. More crucially, you will discover how to alter the dynamics to your advantage without resorting to games, tricks, or the act of chasing. If you're prepared to delve into the intricate nuances of female psychology and reshape the way women react to you, join me on this journey until the very end. Let us begin. 1. The desire for emotional escape. Women are not attracted to men solely for their status, stability, or looks. Though these elements may possess a certain allure, it is the emotional journey a man offers that truly enchants them. They yearn for thrill, spontaneity, and an adventurous spirit that pulls them away from the mundane. This sheds light on the reasons women frequently feel drawn to enigmatic men, those who stimulate them both intellectually and emotionally, as well as the appeal of unconventional or forbidden relationships. The essence of attraction lies not in the man himself, but in the emotions he evokes within her. Many men find themselves facing challenges in this realm, as they often slip into a cycle of predictability. Their messages echo with familiarity, employing conversational strategies that favor ease and comfort rather than provoking deep emotional engagement. A woman might value a reliable man, yet she seldom finds herself in love with someone who is overly predictable, compliant, or transparent. Certainty does not ignite longing, it dulls it. To truly engage a woman's emotions, one must master the art of contrast. A man capable of evoking a spectrum of emotions, intrigue, laughter, and challenge will capture her interest in ways that a steady and unchanging man simply cannot. This isn't about being deceitful or engaging in tricks. Rather, it's about appreciating the essence of spontaneity and profound connection. He ought to provoke her viewpoints instead of merely acquiescing. Weave narratives that transport her to another realm rather than indulging in trivial chatter, and preserve an air of intrigue instead of revealing all at once. Women are attracted to men who ignite a sense of vitality within them. They may not actively pursue disorder, but they yearn for profound emotional experiences. The individuals who offer this, who craft a vibrant experience rather than merely being another presence in her life, become etched in memory. When a woman connects a man to an emotional tempest, she feels an undeniable attraction to him, frequently in ways that defy rational explanation. 2. The silent allure of firm boundaries. Women are naturally attracted to men who set firm boundaries, uphold their individuality, and do not sacrifice their principles for validation. Many men think that being excessively accommodating, perpetually agreeable, or always available will earn a woman's love. But the truth is rather different. A man who contorts himself to satisfy others frequently discovers that he is ignored, disrespected, or labeled as excessively agreeable. Traction does not flourish through unwavering consensus. It flourishes through diversity and mutual respect. Women have a natural tendency to assess men, seeking to understand their strength, confidence, and emotional fortitude. These assessments may not always be overt, yet they fulfill a distinct purpose, revealing whether an individual remains steadfast in his beliefs or falters when faced with adversity. She might call off plans at the 11th hour, testing whether he'll pursue her, stirring the pot to elicit an emotional response, or steering conversations to gauge if he'll retreat. A man who succumbs to these nuanced challenges by responding with emotion, overcompensating, or unwittingly seeking validation diminishes his value in her perception. The answer is simple, yet immensely impactful. Remain steadfast. Declining when appropriate, focusing on personal aspirations rather than perpetually accommodating her demands, and upholding a firm stance all reflect a sense of self-worth. Women have an innate attraction to men such as this. They are not easily swayed, as they radiate a sense of assurance and emotional stability. Upon recognizing that she cannot exert control over a man, a woman ceases her tests and begins to respect him. Above all else, respect serves as the cornerstone of enduring attraction. 3. The excitement of the unknown. Attraction flourishes in the realm of uncertainty. People find themselves binge-watching suspenseful TV shows, immersing in thrilling novels, or remaining captivated in a movie theater for a straightforward reason: ambiguity. It captivates them, engages their interest, and leaves them yearning for what comes next. Women feel attraction in a manner that is quite similar. A relationship steeped in predictability, where every action is anticipated, swiftly diminishes in allure. When a woman perceives that she has effortlessly captured a man's attention and affection, the thrill of the chase starts to diminish. Numerous men inadvertently undermine their appeal by being excessively accessible. They reply to messages without delay, eliminating any sense of suspense. They reveal their feelings prematurely, stripping away the allure that captivates her. They adjust their plans at the faintest suggestion, rendering the relationship overly simple and removing the intrigue that ignites passion. Attraction transcends logic. It resides in the realm of emotion, where feelings are ignited by tension rather than the comfort of certainty. Introducing a measured degree of uncertainty is essential. This does not imply engaging in games or manipulation. Rather, it involves grasping the intricacies of desire psychology. Allowing moments of silence to cultivate anticipation instead of rushing to respond creates an opportunity for her to ponder. Withholding the immediate expression of every thought or feeling enhances the richness of interactions. A man who cherishes his time and refrains from overcommitting becomes increasingly captivating, as she senses the necessity to earn his company. Validation ought to be offered judiciously, enhancing its significance when it is bestowed. Women seek a sense of challenge. A relationship that offers a constant journey of discovery captivates her interest. When familiarity sets in, the spark of attraction begins to fade. When utilized effectively, uncertainty transcends detachment. It serves to sustain the vibrancy of the emotional experience. 4. The irresistible allure of leadership. Women are naturally attracted to men who radiate confidence and assert themselves. This is not a matter of asserting power or exerting influence. Rather, it revolves around guidance and clarity of purpose. A man who understands his destination strides with confidence, making choices without doubt, and effortlessly earns admiration. Women are not drawn to uncertain, passive men who perpetually seek validation. They seek guidance, resilience, and the assurance that a man possesses the capability to manage situations effectively. Daily encounters reveal this reality. A woman seeks a man who can assertively organize a date instead of one who hesitantly inquires, "What do you want to do?" She holds in high regard a man who articulates his beliefs with certainty, as opposed to one who shifts his views to sidestep conflict. Indecisiveness quietly undermines attraction, casting a shadow of weakness and uncertainty that renders a man less appealing. Embracing leadership involves acknowledging her thoughts and feelings while steering the dynamic with assurance. Rather than simply waiting for her to weigh in on the plans, he ought to take the initiative and say, "We're going here, and I believe you'll really enjoy it." Rather than pursuing endless validation, he ought to move forward with confidence, relying on his capacity to make decisions that enrich the experience for both parties. Women are instinctively attracted to men who are resolute in their convictions, confidently make choices, and foster a feeling of security through their deeds. Attraction stems from a foundation of respect, which is cultivated through effective leadership. A man who steps forward with confidence, exuding a calm assurance rather than arrogance, becomes the type of man that a woman respects, trusts, and ultimately yearns for. Women do not desire to be the singular center of a man's universe, contrary to the widespread notion that overwhelming them with incessant attention and devotion will capture their hearts. When a man forsakes his ambitions, dreams, and personal growth to place a woman above all else, he inadvertently undermines his own allure. Women seek men who are ambitious, who possess a clear sense of purpose, and who are passionately involved in their path. They seek not to be the sole aim of a man, but to belong to a cause that transcends the individual. Men who possess a clear sense of purpose, those who achieve great things, and individuals who chase their ambitions with unwavering determination often exude a captivating charm. A man deeply immersed in his mission, be it building a business, mastering his craft, or chasing a passion, radiates an inherent confidence and self-assuredness. This energy captivates women as it embodies strength, ambition, and a capacity for leadership. Conversely, when a woman perceives that she is the sole source of a man's happiness, the allure swiftly diminishes. To sustain a woman's intrigue, a man should consistently prioritize his purpose above all else. He must never alter his plans, sacrifice his aspirations, or center his whole life around her. A man who adheres to his schedule, who embodies unpredictability and unwavering dedication to his purpose, wields significantly greater influence in a relationship. Women hold in high regard men who appreciate their own worth and make the most of their time. When a woman observes that a man is whole on his own, she feels grateful to share in his life. 6.
Women are naturally attracted to men who maintain high standards and are discerning in their selections. A man who is selective in his choices exudes a captivating sense of worth that draws women in. He is neither seeking attention nor requiring constant validation. He advances with intention, aware that his focus must be deserved, not handed out without thought. This enhances his standing in a woman's perception, intensifying her longing for his validation. Many men often err by being overly enthusiastic, lavishing a woman with compliments and directing their attention too swiftly. Although this might seem to convey interest, it frequently produces the contrary outcome. It reduces a man's perceived value. Women naturally desire to be selected by a man who has choices, someone whose validation carries significance. A man who pursues any woman open to his advances seems less appealing. When he excessively admires her beauty or perpetually looks for validation, he reveals a lack of confidence instead of exuding it. When a woman detects a hint of desperation, her interest begins to wane.
True attraction is forged through a sense of challenge. A discerning man compels a woman to strive for his attention, thereby deepening her commitment to the relationship. He offers compliments with sincerity, not merely to appease. Rather, he recognizes attributes that truly captivate him. This rarity lends his validation a sense of worth. He cultivates an enigmatic presence, fostering an unvoiced rivalry by withholding his availability. Women are drawn to men who seem difficult to impress, as it enhances their self-esteem when they succeed in winning them over. When a man establishes a lofty benchmark, he inherently draws in women eager to elevate themselves to match it. The tides turn in his favor. Instead of looking for validation, he takes on the role of the decision-maker. This embodies the core of genuine confidence that enchants women, even when the reasons remain elusive to them. Women often find themselves drawn to emotional turmoil. Women frequently express a desire for a stable, reliable partner, yet many find themselves repeatedly attracted to relationships characterized by emotional turbulence. The exhilarating dance of unpredictability, the peaks of fervor, and the valleys of fleeting separation weave a captivating rhythm that hold them spellbound. Breakups frequently result in intense reunions, and many women find it challenging to exit relationships that appear detrimental. It's not always the individual they struggle to release. The connection to them is steeped in emotion. Men who lack unpredictability are consistently emotionally accessible and fail to generate any tension, frequently find it challenging to sustain attraction. While stability offers a sense of comfort, it lacks the thrill I seek. The relationship grows dull when a man consistently agrees with her every word, responds without delay, and fails to bring any emotional variation into their interactions. Women seek diversity, and when a relationship is devoid of emotional highs, thrill, playful banter, or even sporadic moments of separation, their interest may wane, often without a clear reason. Embracing emotional contrast is essential. The answer lies not in toxicity or manipulation. A man exuding confidence, unafraid to engage in playful banter, and not overly eager to be at her beck and call, cultivates an air of intrigue and thrill. Should she act out or underestimate him, a subtle withdrawal on his part serves to highlight the contrast, prompting her to appreciate the significance of his presence. It's about crafting experiences that ignite her spirit, as women are attracted to men who offer an emotional journey rather than mere security. When a man achieves this equilibrium, he transforms into someone who occupies her thoughts incessantly. Women find themselves captivated by men who possess an air of mystery. Women possess an innate attraction to the enigmatic.
When a man reveals too much of himself, is overly keen to justify his actions, or falls into a pattern of predictability, he diminishes a crucial aspect of allure: intrigue. If a woman comprehends a man entirely from the outset, there remains little to discover. The thrill diminishes, transforming what was once captivating into mere commonplace. Numerous men, often without realizing it, render themselves overly transparent. They disclose each thought, every intention, and all emotions with unwavering candor. They persistently seek to comfort her, believing that transparency will foster a sense of security. They reply without delay to messages, perpetually ready at a moment's notice. Although these actions may appear to indicate a desirable partner, they actually undermine attraction. A woman prefers to uncover the layers of a man gradually, rather than knowing everything all at once. She seeks to reveal him gradually. A man who grasps this exudes an air of intrigue. He tends to keep his emotions and plans close to the chest initially. He allows a woman to ponder, to inquire, to gradually assemble the fragments of his identity. His behavior is not always consistent in every circumstance. At times, he astonishes her, provokes her thoughts, or compels her to reflect. His presence is not a constant, which makes her cherish it all the more when it graces her life. Women pursue that which eludes their complete understanding. The men who reveal just enough mystery, allowing a woman to uncover them gradually, possess a far more captivating allure than those who are completely open. A man who grasps the essence of nuance and mystery transforms into an unforgettable figure, one whose essence remains etched in her thoughts long after he departs. 9. Women find themselves drawn to men who possess the ability to detach. Women are naturally attracted to men who recognize their value and are willing to leave behind circumstances that do not benefit them. It embodies assurance, dignity, and an intrinsic worth that is independent of outside approval. When a man is prepared to walk away if he is not treated with respect, he silently conveys that he does not crave the validation of any single woman. This type of emotional autonomy enhances his appeal rather than diminishing it. In a marriage, independence is confined to the realm of marital independence, and nothing beyond that. On the other hand, men who are anxious about losing a woman frequently relinquish their strength in relationships without even realizing it. They endure disrespect, dismiss broken promises, and justify poor behavior, believing that their understanding or patience will ultimately win her affection. Yet, in truth, this merely reduces their value in her perception. Women might inadvertently push limits to gauge the level of self-respect a man possesses. A man who succumbs to circumstances that compromise his dignity will inevitably see her admiration wane over time. The answer is simple, yet demands resilience. Remain open to the possibility of stepping back.
A man should uphold his principles, unwavering in his resolve, regardless of his yearning for a woman. When she acts in a manner that undermines his worth, cancels plans, or sees him as a secondary choice instead of a main focus, the wisest course of action for him is to refrain from confrontation or begging and instead create some space between them. By stepping back instead of pursuing, the balance of power transforms. Women do not desire men who are easily influenced by their feelings. They desire men who possess a strong sense of identity. It is curious how, upon recognizing that a man is untroubled by the prospect of losing her, a woman frequently finds herself drawn to him with greater intensity. The explanation is straightforward. Value is born from scarcity. When a man holds a unique place, she naturally seeks to capture his attention and honor his presence. It transcends mere games or emotional manipulation. It revolves around grasping a fundamental truth.
A man who holds himself in high regard will inevitably earn the respect of those around him. Women pursue men who present a challenge. Women are not attracted to men who seem to glide through life without a care. They find themselves enthralled by individuals who provoke them on a more profound plane. A man who is overly accommodating, too willing to please, or excessively agreeable might appear to be a secure option at first glance, yet he seldom ignites true passion. True attraction transcends mere comfort. It flourishes through both emotional and intellectual engagement. A woman should feel a sense of accomplishment in capturing a man's attention and earning his respect. She finds herself increasingly emotionally engaged when she senses that his affection is something she must strive to attain rather than receive freely without effort. One of the most significant errors men often commit is being excessively accommodating. They nod in agreement with her every word, sidestepping any discussion to maintain harmony, and are reluctant to question her views. They pursue her validation rather than compelling her to earn theirs. This action may appear to be an act of kindness, yet it ultimately undermines their worth in her perception. When a woman doesn't have to exert effort to maintain a man's attention, she often begins to view it as something she can rely on without question. To keep the spark alive, it's essential to engage her in a manner that ignites excitement instead of causing frustration. This does not imply being confrontational or aloof. Rather, it suggests maintaining vibrant and engaging interactions. A man ought to engage confidently in discussions, express dissent when his perspective diverges, and bring forth a spirited element of rivalry. Playful exchanges and the challenge of earning his praise foster an air of unpredictability that captivates her attention. Above all, a man ought to uphold lofty standards. Not every woman can seamlessly enter his life. When a woman believes she needs to fulfill a man's expectations, she places greater importance on his approval. If he is discerning in the allocation of his time and energy, she will naturally feel compelled to demonstrate her value in securing his attention. This serves as the cornerstone of emotional commitment, the understanding that his respect and affection are not given freely, but must be cultivated and deserved. When a man embraces this perspective, he transforms into the kind of challenge that captivates a woman irresistibly. Grasping these principles transcends mere manipulation. It involves a deep understanding of human nature and a journey to regain authority over your romantic endeavors. Women are attracted to men who offer emotional depth, establish clear boundaries, exude an intriguing aura, lead with assurance, and seek a purpose that transcends mere relationships. When you redirect your attention from pursuing approval to embracing purpose, a transformation occurs. Women begin to pursue you, rather than the reverse. Attraction transcends mere appearances or material possessions. It revolves around the emotions you evoke in a woman. As you push her boundaries, introduce an element of surprise, and elevate your own expectations, her investment deepens significantly. When a woman feels the need to earn your time and attention, she holds it in much higher regard. I would be delighted to receive your thoughts. Have you ever observed these dynamics in your relationships? Which of these principles have you encountered personally? We invite you to express your opinions in the comments section below. If you found this video enlightening, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and activate notifications for more engaging content on attraction, psychology, and personal mastery. Maintain your focus, uphold your discipline, and seize command of your existence. Until next time.